Happy Thursday, everybody. I'm so glad you are here with me today. We're going to have an awesome time reading another version of The Three Little Pigs. I know that we've enjoyed all of the Three Little Pigs stories that we've read the last 3 days, and I think today's is going to be even more awesome. It is so funny, and I cannot wait for you to hear this new version that takes that fun story and changes it just a little bit. I think you're going to absolutely love it. So let's get going so we can enjoy our time together. We are continuing on doing our fairy tale and fables week. Let's remember our characteristics of a fairy tale. Let's see if you can remember some of them. Tell them to me. Whoa, you've named so many. Let's double check our work. Are you ready? First one, they begin with once upon a time, and then they have good and evil characters. And then they have a happy ending like they all lived happily ever after. They have the rule of 3. And then there's always a problem that needs to be solved. They have to find a solution to the problem. Let's go do our fairy tale chant real quick. Again, fairy tale chant, get ready, go. Fairy tales are stories that start with once upon a time and have good and evil characters and have a happy ending. Let's continue and look at some of the feeling words that we're going to feel in today's story. Welcome back. I just love how good you're getting at the fairy tale chant. You're getting so good. Looking super crispy doing it too. Let's go look at the feeling word in today's story. The feeling word is ashamed. What does it mean, scholars, to feel ashamed? Yeah, we saw this the other day as well. There's a boy and he's thinking about something he did to his sister, and it's making him feel really bad about what he did. It looks like maybe they were arguing and fighting with each other, and he thought back on it and was like, I feel really bad about what I did to her. I made her cry, and I feel really ashamed for doing that. I have it in a sentence as well. She felt ashamed for hitting her brother on the arm. She did not like that she did that and made that choice. I wouldn't be proud of that either. If I hit someone on the arm, I feel really ashamed and bad about what I did too. Another feeling word that we're going to see today is thankful. What does it mean to be thankful, scholars? Awesome, you're right. It means when you want to say thank you to somebody. This person helped him up and he's saying thank you for that. I have it in a sentence as well. He was thankful to hear that the stores were opening back up again. I would be thankful for that too. You know that we've been stuck inside for a really long time, and if there's a store open, I'm going to be thankful that I can go to a store and get out of my house. That would make me so thankful. Let's look at today's story. Today's story is No Lie, Pigs and Their Houses Can Fly. The story of the 3 little pigs as told by the wolf. In this story, I want you to think about a couple things. First, compare and contrast. How is it similar and different from the other 3 little pig stories that we read this week? How is it the same and how is it different from those books? Then, I want you to predict what is going to happen to the wolf. So when the story is going on, I'm going to pause the story and have you predict what do you think is going to happen to the wolf. Lastly, why is the wolf ashamed? Remember, being ashamed is feeling bad about something that you did. So why is the wolf ashamed in our story? I think this is a super funny story, and I know you're going to have a good giggle out of this story because it's so silly. I'll see you in a few minutes when you are done listening to the silly, fun story of No Lie, Pigs and Their Houses Can Fly.
No lie, pigs and their houses can fly. The true story of the 3 little pigs, as told by the wolf. Yep, it's me, the big bad wolf. Now, before you run away or start crying, here's something you should know. And this is the truth. The only big or bad about me, well, is my breath. Doctors say I have USB, uncontrollable breathing syndrome. Basically, when I breathe, I let out a huge gust of air. I can't control it. Believe me, I wish I could. It's gotten me into so much trouble. Life with USB is tough. I breathe out, and garbage bins tumble down the streets. Trees tip over. On really bad days, airplanes teeter off course. I can't play a proper game of sports. Balls shoot into the air, never to be seen again. Hey, Wicked Windy, the other wolves yell. How's it flying? Or, hanging on your hats? Here comes Hurricane Harry. It's a lonely life. That's why I left the pack not long ago, hoping to make new friends. One day I came upon a straw house in the forest. A little pig stood inside, stirring a pot of soup. I'd never known any pigs, but I heard they were nice, upstanding creatures. I thought I might enjoy having a pig as a buddy. I called, Little Pig, little... Whoosh! The house exploded. Straw flew everywhere. The startled pig took one look at me and jumped right into the boiling pot of soup. Wanting to apologize, I peeked into the pot. No pig, just a fat, juicy ham. I took a few bites. Delicious. That pig, whatever he was, sure could cook a good soup. Farther into the forest, I came upon a house made of wood. A little pig stood inside, frying potatoes over the fire. I called, little pig, let... Crash! The wood house splintered into hundreds of pieces. The surprised pig saw me and leaped right into the hot frying pan. I was so sorry for blowing apart the pig's house. I wanted to apologize. Scholars, what is the feeling word that happens when you feel really bad for something that you did? But when I peered into the pan, no pig in sight, just strips of sizzling bacon. Yummo! Finally, I came upon a brick house. A little pig stood inside stirring a kettle of stew. Little pig, let me in, I called. Guess what? The house didn't budge. The pig saw me and hollered, Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin. Maybe he had heard about the other pigs' houses and the messes I'd made. I needed to do something nice, so I gathered a basket of turnips and apples. The pig opened the door, snatched the treats, and slammed the door. My stomach growled. I hoped the pig would share his stew with me and we could become friends. I knocked. He didn't answer, so I scampered up the wall and wriggled through the chimney. Not smart. Whoop! I fell right into the pot of boiling stew. Ah! I shrieked. You ruined my supper, the pig cried. But then he giggled. Goodness, look at you, he said. With your fur burned off, you look like a pig. I did look awfully pink. I'm sorry I was mean earlier, said the pig, whose name was Mortar, Mort for short. Wolves don't usually want to be friends with pigs. They usually want to eat them. I told Mort about my USB and how the other wolves bullied me about it. Have you ever tried using it for good? He asked. What do you mean? I asked. Come on, I'll show you. Mort let me into the little blue house. Inside a girl was huffing and puffing, trying to blow out her birthday candles. Mort nudged me. I leaned through the window and blew. The candles went out, and all the kids cheered. Later, we found a group of children trying to fly their kites. The day was calm and the kites wouldn't move. But when I breathed in their direction, the kites sailed into the air. So that's my story. Mort and I have become good friends, and his house is so sturdy. I never worry about blowing it down by accident. He made stew again tonight. No meat in here, I asked. I don't eat meat, he said. Not even bacon? Mort shook his head and sighed. No, Wolf, not even bacon. Not even when pigs fly.
That story. I was not expecting that to happen to our wolf. Were you? Yeah, I certainly did not expect that to happen at all. Because it was another told by the wolf story. And on Tuesday, we read the true story of the three little pigs as told by the wolf. And then this story is also told by the wolf. Yeah, what was wrong with the wolf in this story? You're right. He was unable to control it. He always would tell everyone up front, he's like, I'm very sorry about my condition. And he was really, really sad about that. Yeah, he wasn't able to control the fact that he did that to all the houses. He just blew them away, but on accident. It's not like he was trying to make them fly away. Yeah, What was that feeling word then that when he feels really, really bad about something that he does? What's that feeling word again? Yes, it's ashamed. He was ashamed for doing all of that to all the houses and people. Whenever you blow people away, no. He felt so ashamed for it. Like just breathing and all the houses blew away. Poor guy. What was something that was similar and different in this story than the other stories we've read this week? Yeah, again, similarity, 3 pigs and a wolf. Easy. Something that's similar about this one is this book's also told by the wolf, similar to On Tuesdays, that was also told by the wolf. So that's a similarity between those 2 books. We have that there's 3 houses that are also made out of, yes, straw, sticks, and bricks. What's some differences? Yeah, in this one, he had an uncontrollable syndrome where he would just breathe really hard, and he wasn't trying to, it's his symptom. He can't help it. Yeah, no other story has that. In the second one, the wolf had a sneezing problem, but that's different than a breathing problem. So that's a big difference. Another difference is at the end, this wolf became friends with the last pig. So he actually became friends with him. And the pig helped him find out that, you know what? You don't have to be sad about your breathing problem, buddy. Let's find great ways that you can help people instead of hurting people. And he was able to find that he can blow out people's candles. He can make it windy so people can go fly their kites. So in the end, he solved his problem, which reminds me of our characteristics of fairy tales. He solved his problem. And then we had, of course, the rule of 3, and they all lived happily ever after. This was a great story to show all those characteristics of a fairy tale, because this wolf definitely solved his problem. His problem was that he would destroy everything because of his breathing problem. But he found a solution that he can find ways to use his breath and breathing to help others. Before you go, scholars, I want you to click the link below. And I want you to fill out what are some of the similarities and differences in this story than the ones that we've already read this week. Have a wonderful rest of your day, scholars, and I cannot wait to read your responses. Love you all bunches. Goodbye.